Love. It is supposed to feel effortless, like a warm current that carries you through life. Yet for some, love is terrifying. To be loved, fully and vulnerably, can awaken fears so profound they shape the very way they interact with the world. Those who fear being loved are not incapable of affection, nor are they cold or unfeeling. Instead, they inhabit a complex, delicate space between longing and fear, a psychological terrain where desire and self-protection are in constant negotiation, where intimacy is as much threat as reward. Imagine a person in a relationship walking hand in hand with their partner on a quiet street. The world might see warmth and connection, but inside, their mind is racing. Every gesture of love triggers a subtle panic, the tightening of the chest, a flutter of anxiety, a whisper of doubt. What if I am not enough? What if this disappears? What if I am exposed? Love, in their mind, is both the most desired experience and the most threatening. It is the ultimate paradox. The very thing they crave most is also the thing they fear most. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon under various frameworks: fear of intimacy, attachment anxiety, emotional avoidance, but labels barely scratch the surface. At its core, this fear emerges from the brain's delicate negotiation between safety and connection. Many individuals who fear being loved carry past experiences that have wired them to anticipate pain. Childhood neglect, emotional inconsistency, past betrayals, or deeply internalized rejection can create unconscious associations between affection and vulnerability, between intimacy and danger. And so, love is no longer a gift. It becomes a risk, a test, a minefield that must be navigated with extreme caution. Consider the subtle ways this fear manifests in daily life. A simple compliment may provoke anxiety. A partner's touch might be met with hesitation. Someone may feel compelled to distance themselves emotionally, retreating before attachment becomes too deep. To an outsider, these behaviors may appear puzzling, even cruel. But beneath them lies a mind engaged in constant analysis and self-protection, a heart negotiating between the irresistible pull of intimacy and the instinct to defend itself from potential harm. Neuroscience offers insight into this paradox. The amygdala, the brain's emotional sentinel, can become hyperactive in situations of intimacy, interpreting closeness as a potential threat. Even in moments of love, the body responds as if in danger: elevated heart rate, tightening chest, racing thoughts. This is not a conscious choice, but an automatic, biological reaction. Love triggers both desire and alarm, creating tension that can feel unmanageable. Their hesitation is not a lack of feeling, but a manifestation of the body's survival mechanism, deeply intertwined with the mind's processing of emotional risk. Within this fear, there is also profound longing. Those who fear being loved often desire connection more intensely than most. The very same mind that hesitates craves intimacy, cherishes gestures of affection, and dreams of genuine closeness. It is a double-edged sword. The fear amplifies the longing, creating a tension that is palpable, invisible, and difficult to reconcile. Their emotional world is a push and pull of hope and caution, a continuous negotiation between opening up and self-preservation. Think of the small, quiet moments that reveal this tension. A late-night text from a partner. The heart leaps with anticipation, but anxiety follows almost immediately. Do I respond too soon? Too eagerly? Will I reveal too much? Even mundane interactions can become psychological minefields. The mind that fears love is never passive. It evaluates, predicts, and safeguards against imagined threats. This constant vigilance is exhausting, invisible to the outside observer, yet central to their emotional experience. Social and cultural factors also shape this psychology. Many individuals learn early that affection is conditional, inconsistent, or manipulative. Family dynamics, societal expectations, and observed relational instability can imprint deeply on the psyche, creating unconscious templates that govern behavior. Even when a partner is safe, supportive, and loving, the mind may struggle to accept this reality, defaulting to patterns learned over years or decades. Love becomes an equation of risk and reward, weighed against the probability of pain, a calculus few outside their mind can fully perceive. Yet, there is also intelligence and strategy embedded in this fear. Individuals who fear being loved often develop sophisticated coping mechanisms: humor to deflect attention, intellectualization to rationalize feelings, emotional distance to maintain control. These strategies are not signs of emotional deficiency. They are adaptive tools, psychological armor that allow them to engage with relationships while protecting their hearts. Over time, however, these mechanisms can become barriers, preventing the very intimacy they crave. The paradox of this psychology is striking. Fear does not erase desire, it amplifies it. In fact, some of the most emotionally aware, empathetic, and attentive people are those who fear love. Their sensitivity allows them to detect the subtle shifts in emotion, to anticipate relational challenges, and to navigate complex social landscapes with precision. Their hesitation is a reflection of depth, a recognition of the stakes involved in giving their heart. Love, for them, is not casual. It is consequential, sacred, and transformative. Imagine someone in therapy or deep self-reflection, tracing the roots of this fear. They uncover patterns of childhood neglect, past heartbreak, or emotional betrayal. They see how these experiences shaped their perception of intimacy, how they taught the mind to anticipate pain before it arrives. Awareness becomes the first step toward transformation, a psychological map that illuminates both the fear and the longing, the protection and the desire. It is the beginning of reconciling vulnerability with courage, exposure with security, and fear with love. Cinematic scenarios reveal the tension vividly. Picture a couple sitting in a sunlit park. One reaches out to hold the other's hand. A flicker of delight passes through the one who fears love, immediately followed by hesitation, a subtle withdrawal. Their mind races. If I reach for this, will I be hurt? Will this make me too vulnerable? Each small movement, each gesture, is a psychological negotiation, invisible yet intense. Their fear is not irrational. It is informed by experience, sensitivity, and a heightened awareness of emotional stakes. Interestingly, this fear often coexists with remarkable resilience and loyalty. Once trust is established, once the barriers begin to lower, these individuals can form connections of extraordinary depth and commitment. Their love is deliberate, thoughtful, and enduring precisely because it has been consciously earned, carefully guarded, and intentionally expressed. In this sense, fear is not the opposite of love. It is a filter that shapes the quality, intensity, and authenticity of the connection. There is also a broader human lesson embedded in this psychology. Those who fear being loved challenge us to reflect on our own relationship with vulnerability. They remind us that intimacy is not simple or effortless. It demands courage, self-awareness, and the willingness to confront past wounds. Their fear is a mirror, reflecting the universal tension between desire and protection, between openness and self-preservation, that exists in all of us to some degree. Consider the neuroscience, too. When experiencing love, the brain releases oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins, the chemical symphony of attachment and pleasure. For someone who fears love, these same signals can trigger anxiety, hypervigilance, and internal conflict. Their nervous system is caught between reward and threat, creating a psychological tension that is felt physically and mentally. Understanding this biological interplay allows us to see that fear of love is not weakness. It is complexity, intricacy, and heightened sensitivity in action. Even in everyday life, subtle behaviors reveal this pattern. A person may avoid long phone calls, postpone dates, or resist sharing emotions. They may test loyalty, seek reassurance, or create emotional distance to manage the intensity of connection. Each act is a negotiation, a way to control risk while still engaging with the possibility of closeness. These behaviors, often misinterpreted as aloofness or indifference, are in fact sophisticated strategies to navigate the paradox of fear and longing. Ultimately, the psychology of those who fear being loved is a study in paradox, resilience, and depth. Their hesitation is not denial, it is discernment. Their distance is not absence, it is caution. Their struggle is not weakness, it is courage, intelligence, and emotional sophistication. They navigate intimacy with an acute awareness of stakes, a careful balancing of need and protection, and a profound sensitivity to the fragility and power of human connection. To witness this fear is to witness a fundamental truth about the human mind. that desire and vulnerability are inseparable, that intimacy is as exhilarating as it is terrifying, and that fear can coexist with longing in ways that shape behavior, perception, and experience. Those who fear being loved teach us that connection is not merely an emotion, but a negotiation of trust, courage, and self-awareness, a delicate dance that requires both heart and mind to navigate fully. And in the quiet tension of their hearts, there is insight, there is empathy, there is the recognition that love is transformative, demanding, and occasionally frightening, yet always worth pursuing. Their fear is a reminder of how deeply the mind perceives risk, how acutely it measures consequence, and how profoundly the heart longs to connect. To understand them is to understand a hidden dimension of humanity, a psychological landscape where fear and desire, protection and vulnerability, retreat and approach exist in constant, intricate balance. In the end, those who fear being loved invite us to slow down, to observe, and to reflect on the subtle mechanisms of intimacy that shape all human relationships. They show us that vulnerability is not weakness, that emotional caution can coexist with deep capacity for connection, and that the human mind is capable of navigating love with intelligence, courage, and care. To understand them is to glimpse the extraordinary complexity of human emotion and to recognize that love in all its paradoxes is one of the most profound forces shaping our inner world, our relationships, and the very essence of what it means to be human.